I wanted to talk about my experience taking Lexapro, and I wanted to give a little bit of an update on how it's going so far. I've been using Lexapro or escitalopram for 6 weeks now, and I've been using 10 milligrams a day. And I wanted to talk about how it's going. I wanted to talk about the side effects. Yeah, let's get into my experience taking Lexapro, and this is the 6-week mark. Yeah, but let's start with my experience taking Lexapro, an update on how it's going. I started using Lexapro because I was struggling with anxiety, and maybe if you have seen the previous 2 episodes, then you know also like how it developed and when it started. And yeah, if you want to know more about that, you can check out the other episode. But long story short, I've been experiencing anxiety for a really long time, and I've also been struggling with social anxiety, and especially the social anxiety was really something that I think was keeping me, was stopping me in life, in doing a lot of things. I still force myself to do a lot of things, but I did it with a lot of anxiety, and it took me a lot of energy. It just wasn't really doable for me anymore, or it was doable, but I just didn't want to do it like that anymore. So I took Lexapro for my social anxiety, and after 6 weeks I can say that it is really helping me, and I'm really glad to say that. And it's actually kind of weird now to say it, like now I'm saying it, it's kind of a realization moment also. But I can say that after 6 weeks I'm feeling really good. And also this week, like past Wednesday, I went to my psychologist, and she also asked me like, how are you doing? And I also said to her like, I think I'm feeling really good. And I was almost like, okay, am I saying this, that I'm like feeling good? And it's almost scary to say it, because I'm also afraid a little bit that maybe I won't be feeling this good, I don't know, in a month or 2 months or in a while, but I don't know what the future holds. So let's not think about that yet. For now, I realized that I'm feeling quite good, or really good, or just good. And that's kind of strange also, in a way. But I noticed that my social anxiety is way less. I just noticed that I don't have the symptoms that I used to have before. I also described it to my friends as that previously I had the feeling that I was constantly in this fight or flight mode. So I was continuously feeling like something was going to happen, and I was constantly like feeling tensed in every situation. And while I realized like rationally that it wasn't necessary, nothing was going to happen, I can just be myself, blah blah blah, all those thoughts, my body didn't really get that message. So my body was signaling to me like something is going on, you should be very cautious, you should be prepared, maybe something is going to happen. And it's really hard to ignore those signals, and it's really hard to overrule those signals with thoughts. So rationally I knew nothing is going to happen, I'm safe, but my body is giving me the signals like you're not safe, it's better if you run. So that's really hard to turn that feeling, to ignore it. It's such a powerful signal also from the body, because if it thinks that it's in danger, then it must overrule also everything. It must overrule rational thought, because you just have to run and get out. And so that was just a realization for me. That was like, hey, okay, I'm constantly in this fight or flight mode. I also said that it was the feeling like it was like a bow and arrow that was constantly like pulled back, while you just wanted to be relaxed and not always like ready for not ready for action. And now I have the feeling that I'm just more I'm more zen. But for now, 6 weeks in, I'm feeling good. And also my psychologist said to me like the other day, she said like, I'm seeing a new Laura in front of me. And that's a really nice thing to hear. With regards to the side effects, the first one that I talked about, weight gain. I was really afraid of gaining weight, and I know that it might sound a little bit superficial, but at the other hand, I also don't think that it is superficial that you don't want to gain weight. And of course, I don't really mind if it's like a few pounds or anything. And I also looked up some reviews online, and you should never do that. I won't recommend that, because you read the most horrible stories and not a lot of positive ones. So also reading that, I was like, okay, what the fuck, because I read that a lot of people did gain weight. But yeah, on the weight gain, so far I don't notice anything. Let's see in a week, or yeah, I don't know, in another 6 weeks how it's going. But for now, no weight gain. Also with the sweating, the psychiatrist also told me, yeah, you're gonna sweat a lot. I haven't noticed any sweating, so, or any extra sweating, let me put it like that. So yeah, on that side effect, I didn't notice anything. He also told me about feeling extra anxious in the first weeks. And I also have to say that that wasn't the case for me. It was kind of the opposite actually, that in my second week, the first week I didn't really notice anything when I started taking Lexapro. And then the second week I already noticed positive effects. And I remember that the psychiatrist, because he called me I think 2 weeks after I started taking medications, and then he asked me like how it's going, and I told him that, and he told me also like, oh yeah, that's kind of impossible that it's already working. And I was like, oh okay, yeah, maybe it's a placebo effect, I don't know, but I don't think so. I really noticed that I was just calmer and feeling better and not feeling so anxious, and yeah, I really did notice a difference, and I think it's because of the medication. So for me, not an increase in anxiety, but it actually worked quite fast for me. Okay, so far my update on taking Lexapro for 6 weeks. I'm on the 10 milligrams right now. I'm gonna stay on the 10 milligrams because it's just going quite well. So I don't think it's necessary to take more. And let me know if you have any questions regarding my experience taking Lexapro. I think it's important, if you are considering taking medications, that I think for me it was really a nice thing to try, and I also told myself before it was or that it is kind of an experiment, and I saw it as an experiment and I see it as an experiment, and that it's not this really permanent thing that I have to take the rest of my life. It's just something that I wanted to try because I've tried so many things, and it's just something that I wanted to try for myself. And and I think for now it's been so worth it. I think if you are really struggling with anxiety and with social anxiety, it is worth trying, and you can always quit the medications if it's not for you. That is possible. It is possible that it's not going to work like it is working for me right now, but it is up to you, and you are, and that's also what I told myself, that you are in control, and it is something that you can try for yourself if you want to. You don't have to. You can try it out. If you don't like it, you can quit taking it. Yeah, I think that's kind of the takeaway message. Yeah, but so far my update, my story on taking Lexapro. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment box. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I would really like that, so you won't miss an update on my experience taking the anti-anxiety medication and on any other video related to mental health. Okay, I will see you next time again.